Yeah, I hope that you hearing me. This is the future, all about cybersecurity. Talking about the hackers, I'm just trying to warn you. From the one and only legend, the cyber informer. Hey, yeah, this is the cyber reformer. This is the cyber reformer. Let's go.
It's time for the Cybersecurity Business Connect and Protect Central Coast how-to video. I am Michael Tremblett, the Cyber Informer, at cyber_informer on Twitter, and today we'll be talking about ad blockers. The Essential 8 recommends installing ad blockers to prevent malware from entering your system via malicious ads or malvertising. Installing an ad blocker is the best way to combat this. In this video, I'll show you how. Let's go. This has already been covered in the informational video User Application Hardening. So I'll just recap. Why block internet ads? Internet ads can be a vector for infection on your computer. Specially crafted adverts can deploy malware onto your computer. Web browsers are becoming better at sandboxing, but they are not perfect. Sandboxing attempts to ensure that anything that happens in the browser stays in the browser. This attempts to ensure that even if an advert is malicious, it can't touch anything outside of the browser, thus rendering it harmless. Flash and Java were commonly exploited by malvertising. Malvertising is simply a mashup of the words malware and advertising. Speed boosts of website load times can be achieved by blocking ads. Websites may pull advertising from multiple sources to display on the one page. The more adverts, the slower load time of a web page. Block the ads to gain load time speed boosts. However, blocking ads can take away revenue of websites, thus creating an ethical dilemma. Do you want a service to remain free in exchange for seeing adverts? Or do you want to use the free service and cut out their revenue source by blocking ads? If you block ads to a free service, then the website may either change to a paid model or simply go out of business. Blocking ads doesn't just hurt the big guys, it can hurt the small guys too. It's been compared to stealing, as your payment is being served ads. If you don't see the ads, you aren't paying for the service. But is this a small price to pay for mitigating potential malware infections? Only you can decide. Assuming your personal ethics haven't interfered and you want to be safer on the internet, what are ad blockers? Ad blockers are typically browser add-ons or standalone applications that filter out advertising. That's as detailed as it gets. Now we have to choose the right ad blocker for you. I always prefer the browser add-ons as they are so much easier to manage than an installable application. Which one is best for me though? It depends on which browser you use. We're going to concentrate on Chrome, Edge and Firefox because these are the most common browsers. And all three of these share a common ad blocker, which I love, which is uBlock Origin, available for Chrome, Firefox and Edge. It's a browser-based ad blocker which is simple and efficient. Be careful, there are two uBlocks out there. Make sure you select uBlock Origin. Let's have a look at how this works. We have a propeller hat zone. We're going to take a look at installing and using uBlock Origin in Google Chrome. Nothing too deep, but there may be some technical talk that warrants a propeller hat zone. This section is rated 1 propeller hat out of 5. Let's have a look to see how we install uBlock Origin on Google Chrome. We open up Google Chrome, go to the 3 dots button up in the top right, go down and click on More Tools, then across and click on Extensions. Now we go to the hamburger button up in the top left. In the menu that appears, go down and click on Open Chrome Web Store. In the search, type in uBlock and then select uBlock Origin. Click on the uBlock Origin extension, then click on Add to Chrome. A dialog box will appear. Click on Add Extension. Once installed, we get the notification to say uBlock Origin has been added to Chrome. Click on the cross in the top right hand corner to close that notification. We'll pin the extension so we can see it in the top bar at all times. The red shield indicates that uBlock Origin is installed and active. We'll close out of Chrome and then go back into it again, and you notice that it stays up there, and if we hover over it, we can see some statistics. We'll have a look at this in more detail as the video progresses. I've preloaded 3 websites so we can see this in action. If we bring it up, we can see Forbes.com. Have a look at some of the information on here saying that we've blocked 16 ads on this page, 5 out of 16 domains have been blocked, and blocked since install 36. We can turn uBlock Origin off by hitting the big power button and then refreshing the page. And look at that. We get an advertisement straight away. When we turn uBlock Origin back on again and refresh the page, the ad disappears. Let's have a look at businessinsider.com.au. Let's have a look at some of the stats. 5 ads on this page have been blocked, and 2 out of 7 connected domains have been blocked as well. Let's turn off uBlock Origin and refresh the page. And straight away we get an ad, and did you see how long that took to load? And this is what we're talking about. Ads can increase the amount of time it takes for a web page to load. Take this other example. We'll turn back on uBlock Origin and refresh the page. Notice the ad now disappears. The ad at the very top of the page is gone as well. This means it doesn't matter where the ad is in the page, it will be blocked. One final example is Windows Central. Let's have a look at the stats. Blocked on this page are 15 ads, and 5 out of 18 domains are also blocked. We'll turn it off and refresh the page, and notice at the very bottom of the page there, it takes some time for that ad to appear. I would call that a pretty intrusive ad as well, because it takes up a fair chunk of screen real estate. Also note that the page is still loading. There, finally it's finished loading. That took a lot of time. And now have a look. We can see that we have, ironically, an ad for an ad blocker. And it's huge too. It takes up a lot of real estate on this web page. And notice that one at the bottom there that doesn't go away. We have ads everywhere. So let's turn back on uBlock Origin and refresh the page. That big intrusive ad is gone. And now as we scroll down, we're not being advertised to either. So all the ads are gone, and that website loaded up lightning fast as well. When we first saw the stats, we had blocked 36 ads in total. Now look, we've blocked 109 in this short period of time. If you click on a link which takes you to a known advertising website or tracking website, you are presented with this screen. You can either close the page, allow temporarily, or allow permanently. We'll allow temporarily. Note that this is not a malicious website, it's just a website that may be collecting information about you or trying to track you. You'll also note that if we go to the same website again and click on a different link, we don't get the message. This one is not going to a tracking website or an advertising website, so we don't get the notification. Let's check back in on our stats. On this website, we've blocked 27 ads, and notice we've now blocked 173 ads since we first installed. Ad blockers are known to break some websites. So let's go have a look at the Twitter website where this happens. It's called ads.twitter.com. Because this is an advertising website, it blocks everything. So we can see here that the website has detected that we're using an ad blocker, and the only way that we can access this website is if we turn off the ad blocker and refresh the site. And there we go, it's now loaded properly. You'll see this from time to time on certain websites. They'll detect that their ads have not been served to you, and they'll tell you to turn your ad blocker off before you can access the content on their site. You'll notice turning the ad blocker back on breaks the website again. There are some settings you can change. So if you go into the extension and then click on the settings button at the bottom, we get a large number of settings. This is great for the advanced user, but for people like us, we just want something that will install and just work. And that's what uBlock Origin does. However, you have so many different options in here that you can go in and modify to your heart's content. The great thing about uBlock Origin is that the default settings are great. So you don't have to customize it at all. It just works perfectly out of the box. It's important to note that you can't block everything. You'll see ads from time to time, including ads on Facebook. These are what's called first-party ads, and they typically cannot be blocked because they're part of that website. They're not being pulled from an ad server somewhere else on the internet. If you were to block these ads, you'd be blocking the entire website, so that's not going to work. That concludes our look at uBlock Origin, our ad blocker of choice. Let's exit the Propeller Hat zone and wrap up the video. What do we learn? It's very easy to install and use uBlock Origin. It's mostly an ethical decision to use an ad blocker. You don't realize how many ads you get served until you see the figures. Some websites break when you have an ad blocker turned on. There are advanced features of uBlock Origin if you want to use them. You can get significant performance boosts by using ad blockers. Thank you for joining me for a look at ad blockers. Ad blockers will protect you from malicious advertising, give you some performance boosts, but could also break some websites. Once you start using one, you'll wonder why you didn't sooner. Don't forget you can contact me via email, Instagram, Facebook or Twitter. Also check out the podcast. Visit loyalit.com.au/podcast. Until next time, stay safe online.
Oh yeah, this is the Cyber Informer. Hackers, you going down like, oh yeah, this is the Cyber Informer. Hackers, you going down, yeah.